Hello, I'm back. We're gonna get this done tonight because you know what? It's still saying I may have something to go wrong, but it's we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. This is your Thursday night ramble or rumble or let's get it together. And tonight the title is You Can Handle a Government Shutdown. And the reason I want you to know you can handle a government shutdown is because as a artist, we're always having shutdowns and we always recover and we recover and we recover. So I want you to think about this. Okay, we had a shutdown a couple of days ago for a couple of days. We had a shutdown before that. It was over 30 something days. And then in 2 weeks now, it may be another shutdown, right? So I want you to know that you can handle a shutdown because if you got a gift and you continue to work on your gift, you are preparing for a rainy day or for a what we call a shutdown. Now, I want to make sure that everybody under the sound of my voice knows that you are here for a reason and that you have a gift that we have to harness and make it profitable and make it more than what you expect or more money over your bills, right? We want to have more money than month. We want to have more money than to pay the bills. We want to have more money left after we come off a vacation or after a illness. Okay. So I'm going to give you something inspiring before I say the numbers. I got this little video I got to share with you. I told you that we took the dues and what we did with the dues. We took the dues that you pay, the memberships, and we sponsored a young kid in South Africa to pay for her uniform and her shoes. So she sent a video to show you. Okay, here she go.
Thank you, Mrs. Evelyn and the boot camp for sponsoring my uniform. Thank you.
Okay, isn't that cute? She got her uniform. She made it to school, and her mother had her to do a video for the boot camp, and said she wanted to say thank you for her uniform and her school shoes. And this is in Cape Town, South Africa. So I want you to know, giving back everywhere we can is a blessing. Something I did yesterday. There was a lady. I was in Sam's shopping and buying supplies for the store, Sam's wholesale shopping. And there was an older woman at the counter, and she had a bag of stuff in the cart, and she had a grandchild that was really all over the place in the buggy, and she was in distress. She couldn't pay for her food, all the stuff that she had. She had some money, but she didn't have enough money, and it wasn't a lot of money that she needed. But she was frustrated trying to find a card, trying to pay for her groceries. And something said, wow, a lot of grandparents are taking care of their grandchildren, and the grandchildren are not old enough to go to school. So they may be with their grandmother for daycare or to offset that. So I simply took out the card and paid for the rest of her food. And she was still, when she moved to the side, she pulled to the side, she was sweating and she was starting to hyperventilate. And I said, it's okay. And she said, but I know I got some money in here somewhere. I didn't mean to hold up the line. I know I got some money somewhere. And I said, it's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be all right. And I just felt good that I was able to help her and just ease her that there are some good people. All right. So we did that. We did that for someone today, complete stranger we didn't know. But I'm gonna tell you what happened to me today, because I had a breakdown today, you all. I really had a breakdown. I and I'm gonna tell you what happened. I gotta tell you this because I want you to know I'm human, okay? I had a breakdown. This what happened to me. I got up this morning, took care of everything at the house, and I got in my truck and I'm on my way to buy some supplies. So when I go to buy some supplies, it was raining. It was raining. So I had on a hat. It was raining. It's cold in Florida. I mean, it's really cold outside and it's raining, right? Still raining right now. It is about 8:50 right now in Orlando. 8:53 exactly. So I was I was getting I was pulling in the like the grocery store. It's the it's the Walmart grocery store, the marketplace, right? So I was like, okay. I was like, usually I like to let me start off. I like to usually park all the way in the back, all the way at the longest the farthest parking lot I like to park at so I can get more exercise. That's what I do to say, okay, we're gonna get these lungs working. So I'm gonna park far. But the day it was raining, I said, oh God, I need a parking spot close to the front, right? I'm listening to my gospel song, my beautiful gospel song by Anita Wilson that she sings about God is just so good to her. You know, she just sings this. If you can, if she said, I love you, Jesus, more than anything. That's the name of the song. I love you, Jesus, more than anything. So I was listening to the song, my devotion when I go to work. I don't have my radio on. I find something to control my mind. And I was singing this song, and then I was getting caught up because I know there are more good people than bad people. And this song, I was really singing this song and praying because last week I was praying that the little boy from Tech that was in the Texas prison retention camp, I was praying that he would be released and not die in prison. And I was just praying, God, please let them let that baby out of there. And I knew God was using him to get other babies out. You know, it's not that we just want him out. We want all those kids that were born here to be free so they can be with their parents until they go through this process. So I was thanking God for that. But then something worse happened. I was thinking about the grandmother, Mrs. Guthrie. And the reason her name stays with me because my godmother name was Mrs. Guthrie. And she just passed this year at 100 years old. And I was thinking of how cruel can somebody be to take a 84-year-old in the middle of the night as ransom for some crypto coin. You know, I was just like, I was singing this song and I was praying that she would she would be found alive for her family. So as I'm singing this song, it's raining. I'm like, God, give me a good parking spot up to the front because I don't want to get wet and get sick. So when I pull up to pull in the parking lot, it was two. I pulled in the first one that was close. But just then, what I'm saying is this: if you're a believer, God can answer your prayers in a moment. So I pulled into the parking lot and then I looked over and there was another one closer. So I stayed in the one I was in and I was like, oh, thank you, God, for just making that happen. And I know everybody listening to me right now, you can make it happen. Go to a store, go to wherever you got to go and say, God, give me that parking spot. I did it so many times. It's like a test thing. So I did it and I got the parking spot. I said, oh, Lord, I'm so glad I'm lined up with you, right? So I'm getting ready to go into the store. This is before I have the meltdown, right? I'm feeling good. I'm praying for Mrs. Guthrie. And I'm listening to the song, and half of my family is deaf. One half of my family is completely deaf. And so we signed to them, right? Through the sign language. So I'm saying, oh man, I said, I need to know how to sign this song. You know, Jesus, I need to know how to sign this song, my heart, you know. And I was saying, oh man, I love this song. I would love to sign with this song with my deaf side of my family. So anyway, I go in the store. I'm only going in the store for I'm gonna show you what I was going for. I was going to the store to get these little things. I'm not affiliated with these, but these little things right here, I'm gonna tell you what I use them for. But I was going to the store for this. And when I went in the store, I walk in the store, and the first part of the store, it takes you like to the deli. And when I walk in the store, I saw this older lady, this older black lady in the wheelchair, and I saw a younger lady, which could have been her daughter, with her. And they started signing each other. They started doing the sign language. And I said, oh my God, I just asked God to show me how to do this song in sign language. And not only did he give me one person, he gave me two people. So I stood like right past the doorway and I'm looking in shock to see how fast God can answer your prayers. So I say, oh my goodness. So I walk over to them. I got the phone singing the song to me. I still listen to the song in my coat while I run into the store. So when I walk in the store, I'm listening to the song to get my head right for work. It's called I Love You, Jesus, More Than Anything by Anita Wilson. Get that song. So I get in the store and I'm looking and I go over to them and then I tell them I sign. I need help. And I showed them the song and the song, the way I have my phone, it had the words. It has the words coming up on the phone, right? So I showed them the song and they looked at me and they both started signing the song. I'm listening to the song and both of them, the mother and the daughter or the mother and the friend, young lady, they started signing the song and showing me the heart. And I started crying because I was like, how can God work this fast? You know? And what he was telling me is Miss Guthrie gonna be all right. You gonna be all right, and your team, your boot camp team is gonna be all right. Line yourself up, and I got you. And I'm telling you, y'all, I came into a water ball. They both was hugging me to get me together. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna walk in the store, my eyes gonna be baggy. I'm like, I can't do this. God, you just too good to me. So before I got in the car, I was asking God, I said, God, okay, you know what my goal is today. Can I please have my goal today? So I came in the store, all a water bag, trying to hide under the hat and everything. Hello, everybody. And we're open today from 11 to 7, but I actually open at 10 or 9:30 to 7. And before 1 o'clock, we had already made our goal for today. And I was just like, God, you are just so good. How is it? You're just so good. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you're going through something, you know, line yourself up with prayer and just believe. And even when we ask for the smallest things, I would have had to go across town, to go to my cousin's house, and we'd have had to do that song. And here it is. I walk into the store, and there's two signers, and there was two parking spots. So when you asking for a little, he'll give you more than what you ask for. Whew, that was just good for me to cleanse myself and know that when things are happening, God is always in control, always. So to say that is a government shutdown. The stores that I built is from sewing with a Walmart sewing machine. I have literally made millions of dollars over the 40 years sewing with a Walmart sewing machine. Everything you see behind me is a surplus because I believe in giving it back and being a blessing to the community and to my immediate family and those who want to learn. So I'm here to tell you, whatever your gift is, whether it's sewing, crocheting, anything that you can do with your hands, build it up, the money will follow. Build it up, it will be more than enough. Just do it, just do it, just do it. One at a time, one at a time. I'm happy to say that those who are already in the program, the boot camp, the classes, they're all they're hearing me call them. I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm making sure everybody is okay. How are you doing? I'm giving them ideas. Let's get it together. I'm giving them homework nightly. What are you doing? And we are getting it done. They're making money already. That is really, really good. So if you want to know, I have to say this tonight because people are asking me, what does the boot camp entails? And let me tell you what the boot camp entails. Then I'm going to do roll call so that people who have to go fast will know exactly what the boot camp is. The boot camp, okay, the boot camp. Let me tell you everything that comes with the boot camp. The boot camp is a year long. And the reason that I made it a year long is because it takes a while to get it together. It takes a while to make a shift. And once and it doesn't start like in January. It starts whenever you join. And it's a year long. And it really gets you ready for prime time. It gets you ready for prime time. That you see me a little bit better. Okay, so this is what's going on with the boot camp. You know, sometimes you just look like it's off, and then sometimes you okay, but it's cold outside. Okay, it's a 12-month program. It's $1,200, which is like $100 per month. And this is what you get. You get 12 months of training. You get live coaching. You get monthly calls, sometimes bi-weekly calls. You get support through text and chat. And it can go up to 15 minutes if needed. And if you have already talked to me, you know we don't know how to talk for 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes to an hour, 45 minutes, and we get your questions answered. It's sewing and coaching skills for online sales. It's online business setup with guidance. It's teaching you how to do your photos, your tags, and your description coaching. You need that. It's your banking support, how to get a bank account, how to get a bank account with cards that will give you cash back on your cards. If you don't have credit, how you can show you how to get cards that will help you with your credit. Um, it's terminal support, what terminals you should get. So while you're using that terminal, you're actually building credit with that credit card company where you can actually get loans from that card company without having to go to the bank or someone to ask them for money. So it teaches you how to build capital for your business. It's direct phone access, like I said, help you with marketing and branding, giving you help with supplies and contacts where you get net 30 with these distributors. So you don't use your personal money, you use your business money. What you should do to get your business license, get your tax exemptions. So everything you buy that's related to your business, you get tax exemptions. Okay. And even if you buy something and it's something for yourself, like you want to make a dress for yourself, you get a tax exemption for that. Help you start your YouTube channel, training, and get you set up to be monetized where you're making money off your story. That's only part of the 12-month course that gets you up and going. It's $1,200. It's $600 in two payments. If you can't do it all at one time, the second payment has to be paid in 30 days. After the 30 days, it goes into a retainer. It is non-refundable. And then when you get the other six, we start. The reason that it has to be paid in full and it's not a month to month is because it's like it's like anything. When you start college or you buy a course, you pay it with your card and you pay your card. Once you get in the course is to teach you how to do it. And we can't be worried about did you pay. It has to be I'm all in. She's going to be calling me. Did I get this done? So I want you to know it's worth every penny and more. It's 40 years of experience traveling all around the world, helping you to avoid a lot of shortfalls and a lot of things that will um, just set you back. We want to make sure that you are getting the best of the best and the best. Making sure today now is with the AI, make sure you kind of run away from some of that sometimes because it can take your voice. It can AI can be very, very dangerous. So just be careful. I want to hit this about the things that's going on in the cyber world. A lot of people off TikTok are coming back over to YouTube because they're not making the same money. I don't really use my YouTube a lot to make money. I mean, I get a stipend for what I do, but I want to teach more and I want to coach more. So that's why you don't see me every single day because I want to give you a lot in one dose. I don't want to just be coming on and giving you 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes. So that's why you see me every Thursday night because I want to give you a lot. There is I want to share this with you too. There is a member um, by the name of Dewana. Is this Dewana? There is a member. Let me make sure this is who asked me that. Okay, it's not Dewana. It's it's Tracy from Mobile, Alabama. So I tell you, I'll be listening to you all. Tracy from Mobile, Alabama. Dewana, thank you for telling me how to say your name. I appreciate that. Now, some of you told me how to say your name. I just got to write it down enough to remember. But this is a message from Tracy of Mobile. And Tracy, if you're listening tonight, I want to read everybody her text to me because I thought it was cute. And I know somebody's going through this. So Tracy is a member and she's from Mobile, Alabama. She was been watching us since we did the YouTube channel. She takes care of family members, but she is saying this. Hey, my friend, keep me in prayer. I may have an opportunity to do like you did, take my sewing machine this weekend for a Mardi Gras association and do some alterations on the spot. I will keep you posted. Well, I'm already telling you, Miss Tracy, you got the job, Miss Tracy. Go down there. You know they're going to need some alterations. Carry your sewing machine faithfully. And you have my prayers from the time I read your post today. I've been praying for you because all of my vehicles, there always is a sewing machine in the truck. It ain't in the truck. My sewing machine is behind my seat all the time, y'all, because you never know what happens. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever doubted yourself, I want you to change your mind tonight. And the reason I want you to change your mind because I want you to know, did you see anybody naked today besides yourself? And some of us be naked and we don't even walk by the mirror. We don't want to see all that, right? But did you see anybody walking around naked? No, I didn't see anybody walking around naked. I'm saying that to say, if you sew, you will always have a customer. You will have a customer. I don't care if it's a newborn or unborn, if it is uh, a child in school, college, a teenager. If you have a sewing skill, you can touch every culture. You can touch every age group, including the deceased. You have endless opportunities to be a multimillionaire with your sewing skills. But you got to know how to price. You got to know how to ask for the money. You got to know how to give customer service to get repeat customers. And you got to know how to be so good at what you do that you will have referrals coming to you from everywhere. I got referrals from Atlanta to go to Indiana to come back to me in Florida. And they got that stuff the same day. I mean, I shipped it the same day. I got people coming from New York, one side of New York, going to the other side of New York. They're flying into Miami and they got me making garments for them that they will need this weekend. So, what I'm saying is that don't underestimate your gift. Have a card. Tracy, for you going to that Mardi Gras this weekend, or whenever you go, if it's this weekend or if it's because Mardi Gras is this time of the year. What I want you to do is make sure you give, if you don't have business cards, write your name and number and email address on some small cards. Take some little index card, cut them in half, and write your information on it. Ask them to take a picture of it. If they really like your work, this is for everybody. If someone likes your work and you give them a card, say, would you take a picture of my card, please? Would you take a picture so you won't forget me? And they'll say, okay, no problem. Boom. Guess what? When they start going through their library, they got you forever. Because the card eventually, unless they need you right away, eventually the card going to be in the drawer. Let's be real. So I want to make sure that everybody know how important your gift is. Think of the plumber. The plumber going to get paid. You in Florida, the AC man going to get paid. Okay, there's some bills that you just have to have. And if you start with your gift and manifest your gift to the full potential, you will never have a problem of being out of work. Or how do I figure out this shutdown? How do I figure out that shutdown? What job can I do to get this shutdown? I was thinking of today, Let me take a commercial break. This is some ginger tea I got here. I was thinking of the day how to do something around my house, and I'm like, oh, it's not in the budget. So when I looked up this client that can't, I'm in the way in the back of the store. I looked up and I'm seeing who's coming in the store because I saw in the back of the store, and I see this lady, and she comes in, and she's just like, I said, what's wrong? Oh, I don't like my boobs. Oh, I don't have enough butt. Oh, I need you to give me something to make me feel good. I say, look at me. I said, so you came in the store and you telling God that you don't like nothing he gave you? And she looked at me like, I don't want to hear. I said, let me tell you something. You got to get rid of that attitude in here. You got to get rid of that attitude. So this was my secret sauce, y'all. Let me tell you what happened. When I smell the store is getting light, meaning like it's not attracting someone. Meaning I worked at Disney, and Disney always used smells to get you. Like we would bake cookies or cook popcorn, pump that smell outside, and we would get them in the store or get them in the shops by the smell. I used to be a supervisor at Walt Disney World. So anyway, we use smell. So when I was at the store, when I went to the mall, when we went to the Walmart this morning, I went to buy these. These are air fresheners, plug-ins, and these are the kind you plug in, and it heats up, and it's good for like 60 days, and it just pumps out smell. Now the reason I like these, you can get any smell, but the reason I like these, because most of the people that shop, they look at how clean your place is, and they look at how or they smell how clean your place is. Look and smell, right? So gain is the smell of fresh, like fresh laundry. When you get towels out, you get, oh, it smells so good. So anyway, she came in. I had to put my plugs in. I took the old ones out. Smell was popping. Bam, bam, bam. And she said, oh my goodness, it smells so good. She said, I need 4 outfits. I need 4 outfits, and I got $1,000 to spend. I said, well, we're gonna find you 4 outfits, but you won't have to spend $1,000. She said, what? I said, you gonna have to spend $1,000 a day. You're gonna find something you like. So you'll have money left to come back. And I was serious. I'm like, just because you have $1,000 don't mean I'm gonna try to take all your $1,000, but I really want you to feel the garment and get into it. So she ended up buying 4 outfits, and we give complimentary earrings when you make a purchase. And she got all the headgear, and she spent about almost $800. So she was so happy because she got all this, and everything was altered and tucked and this and that. And she gonna come back and get the rest tomorrow because she said she can't take all that home at one day. Can't take all this home in the same day. So I'm gonna come back. So anyway, I'm just telling you to motivate you, to tell you how I was asking for my goal. I got my goal early. I was asking for a parking spot, and I was asking for a what was I asking for? Parking spot, praying for the lady, how to sign. So everything I was asking for, it was like throw it in front of me. Like that's all you got. That's all you want. So I'm just saying, when God is with you, whatever your gift is, no matter what it is, it's gonna be all right and some. And you're gonna be able to share it. You're gonna be able to share your blessing. So now I'm gonna do roll call, and I'm gonna do roll call because I want to celebrate the people who just joined, because I think they need a yoo-hoo, welcome, because they just joined the channel. All right. And some of them I'm gonna say your name, and it's not that you just joined, it's just you just rejoined. So you still at the top. There's nobody at the bottom, but I want to call these names of people who just recently joined. And it's good. It's good because when you join, that means you committed. That means you say, I got to get some of that this week. I got to get some more of that this week. And the reason that I have slowed down a little bit, because I really want you all to get some sewing done. And I love when you send me all the pictures, because you're sending me the pictures and you're doing a great job, and you just need to be pushed. Push to strength, push to strength, push to strength. Here we go, real quick. Yolanda Thomas, Maddie Mitchell, Sharon Courts, Indigosi, Pink Pizzazz, Rhonda Marie Blessings, Mildred Desserts, Constance Clennon, Dewana Green. Hello, Dewana. You gonna do it with Dewana? Nina Rose Treasures. I got all your messages, Nina. Thank you. Cool Designs, Mona Lisa, Sharika Originals, Dr. Kiva, Carolyn, Carolyn Royal, Paulette Bradley, Daughters of Zion Creations, Angela Hamilton, Tiffany Brown, Jean Robinson, Linnell. Did I say that right, Miss Linnell? Linnell. Tracy Davis, Miss Kathy, Leslie Oliver, Annette Moody, Awanda Brown, Cake and Faso, Kathy Taylor, LA 59, Garden of Zig, Michelle Stringer, Lumen Laser, Miss Bernice Thompson, Sweet Pearl Creations, Lurleen Rockingham. I know you're doing it up. Cindy Soul Bohemian. I know you're doing it too. Cha Cha. Tell me what you're doing, Cha Cha. What you making this week? Mary Jones. What are you making, Miss Mary? Liz Wilson. Gwendolyn Member Starbs. Patricia. Tatwina Gilder. Did you make some hats, Miss Gilder? Shelly Neal. Renee Hooden. Vet McCrae. Logan Style. Ngozi DeBerry. Linda C. Payne, Sassy Rebel, Vanessa Purnell, New Friendly Designs, New Refined Designs, Alice San Banhart, Kim, Florence Biobe, Miss Brenda Stepney. I called you, right? How you doing? Linda Brown, Sonia Hayden, Laura Farr, Yvette Betcham, Jacqueline Gurley, Yonda Hodgepodge, Mariam Masterpieces, C.W. Wardrobe, Shamira Customs, Donna Marshall, Blessings 247, Miss T from the SIP, and Barbara Gary. I want to thank all the members, all the new members, all the members who rejoined from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate your support for this channel. All the members, I'm going to be sending you I have a supplier that's in California that's actually from India, and she makes a lot of jewelry. She has a factory in India. I'm going to share that with you. I will send that to you on the members page. And what I want to do with that is if you make any type of jewelry or you want some loose beads, I'm not telling you to buy from her. I just want to start sharing some resources that I have that you may just be interested in. And you can buy small orders, large orders, quantity. So for all those who are members and you just want to go and look at it. Now, most of her stuff is on a WhatsApp, but it's also, I think she can do like a website for you too, send you to a website. But I shared with that to her yesterday. I said, I got this group that does a lot of stuff. So what I want to tell you about this, if I give you something like that, you can probably take it and do other things with it because you're all creative, right? So all those who are members, I'm going to give you that. Give me a couple days. I'm going to see if I can get her to lower her minimum order. And if you see something you like, feel free to buy it. If you don't, what you do is take that contact, put it to the side. If you need it later, you can get it later. And she's a wholesaler. So when you buy from her, you would not have to actually have a business license for that. You can just go ahead and buy from her. I will tell her that you will be looking at her site and so forth. So I will put that as a members page. I will give you her WhatsApp number, and I will also give you a website if you want to see some things. So yoo-hoo for the members. You got that, right? Okay. You're ready for a shutdown. But I'm going to tell you how you got to get ready for a shutdown. You can be ready for a shutdown, but the best way to be ready for a shutdown is to not only have your inventory ready and going and making your contacts, having your side hustle to end up being your business and growing and being in control of your life and your finances, because you can always contour your business to what the needs are. All right. What I want to share with you tonight is about your business credit. And this can be a separate topic, but I want to share it with you because we're talking about a shutdown. And when you talk about a shutdown, you need to have some business credit. And business credit, sometimes you just say your business name even if it's not registered, and you do business with these companies for a little bit, and they start issuing you business credit, and that's 30 days. 30 days basically start out with, but it can get longer the more business you do with them. Okay. Now, the difference between the business credit and regular credit, when you have business credit, it doesn't matter what your limit is. I know that sounds strange, right? When you have a personal credit, it's just the opposite with business credit. When you have personal credit, it's about, oh, I need to pay this bill, I'll get this penalty, or I get, you all know what personal credit. It can be a nightmare because you paid for stuff, you got to stop, and then you got to try to pay it down. You pay a whole lot of interest. Well, when you get a business line of credit, the interest, the late fees, whatever they charge, whatever mishap is in that item. Now, when you get business credit, that doesn't mean that every time you buy something, it's going to be the cheapest price. It means that you have 30 days. And I'm going to say, for example, if you bought paper towels or if you bought bleach, and you bought bleach, whatever kind of business you have, and they bring you a case of bleach. Bleach normally is 4 to 6 in a case. You might pay a little bit more for that bleach, but you might need that bleach to pressure wash a house, let's say something. And I say a little bit more, I'm just saying a little bit more, like $2 or $3 more, right? But you got it, they delivered it to you, and then you don't have to pay for it for 30 days. So they got to give you a little bit more onto that item to pay, because they had to have a trucker there. They got to pay for the truck. They got to pay for the driver. And they brought it to you. You didn't have to go get in your car, drive over there, stand in line, and use your own personal card or use your own personal cash. So sometimes people get confused because it's a little bit more. It's like, well, I ain't saving the money. You did save money. You save time. And when you save time, you save money. And then when you do the job, you got enough to do the whole job. You might need only 2 gallons of bleach, but you got 4. Now you got, if you get another job, you do it real good, the next house gonna say, can you pressure wash my house? That's how everything works. Every single thing. If you do a good job over here, somebody gonna say, hey, did a good job. I want you to do this for me. I want you to do that for me. You get referrals. So the reason you want business credit is so you can handle a government shutdown. So business credit start some. Now you might have somebody real small. They might say you can pay me in 2 weeks, and they do a lot of stuff. But if you get with the bigger brands, they're gonna give you net 30. And usually, even if you have net 30 and you pay something on it, that invoice will just be past due, but it won't be a late fee on it. Whereas if you have your personal credit, you're going to have to pay interest on everything. You're going to have to pay late fee, and you need to pay that card. Even if you have a late fee on your personal credit, pay the card or pay the bill before the next billing cycle. Therefore, it's not on your credit score. So even if things happen in your life and your credit card, you wasn't able to pay your credit card on time, don't get upset and say, oh, I just want to cry. Go ahead, keep working. He's going to pull you out of it and pay something on the card. And before that billing cycle, pay something else on the card. They have these cards now where you can pay for insurance, and it won't. If you have something going on, you won't have that problem. It'll just automatically do it. But usually our setbacks are not, unless it's super, super major, it's not going to be more than 30 days. Because one thing about money, it has to continue to circulate. Money can't stop, because the store's got to get restocked. You got to buy it. You're going to use it. You got to buy it. You get a check. Money has to circulate. Credit allows you to make more money. Business credit allows you to make more money. Personal credit allows you to make more debt. So if you're going to be able to weather a storm, a government shutdown, a personal shutdown, a marriage shutdown, a child in trouble, a child got to go to school, and you got a line of credit, and you can go do a catering for the church or do a catering for a school, and you can make more than you can make in a month in one night. That's getting you over a shutdown. So what I want you to know is if you harness your skills, you can do it. You can make it. Don't be afraid. And then once you get to you in a spot and you say, well, what else can I do to make more money? Hello. Call me 407-590-8767. 407-590-8767. Let's get some coaching. Let's see where you are. Let's see what we need to do. Let's see how we can take these pictures and put them up. So when you wake up, you got more sales. You go to sleep, you hear sales coming through your phone. You open up your front door, somebody left your note. Can you make me 10 aprons? Can you make me 10 hats? I had a bus company call me the other day. Can you design these coats for me? I don't want to design a coat. I want to order the coats wholesale and just embroider the back. Why would I make all these coats? No, we're gonna send that to one of my suppliers. Say, can you make these coats for me in so many sizes? And then I do the embroidery. So there is no way that you cannot handle a shutdown if you get your gift in order. So let's look at the shutdown. The shutdown affects, when it's a partial shutdown, it affects over 1 million employees. And some of those employees are already talking to me. They're like, oh, we're finna go through another shutdown. All right. So I was thinking about this. I said, now, how can I have the team? Because I'm sure that somebody that you know, they may not even tell you, but somebody at your church, somebody that you know, their husband, their spouse, or even themselves, may be worried about the shutdown. Because even though it's Homeland Security that they're questioning, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that's working to make that happen. So their jobs will be affected also. So no matter what it is, whether it's Homeland Security or something happened in the White House, we gotta be prepared. And the people that are prepared are the people that work before the shutdown happens. And it's just a matter of, okay, instead of me working night shift, I'm gonna work day shift. Instead of me working this job, I'm gonna work the other job. And when you continue to get yourself lined up like that, man, the sky is the limit. So without further ado, I want to thank you all for tonight. And I'm so sorry that I cannot answer your questions. On my screen is saying that something went, oops. So it's not allowing me to do the live chat tonight. If you are chatting tonight, when I go back and look at myself, because I do go back and critique myself, when I go back, I will answer your questions. And in fact, I will do another show probably early before the Super Bowl, because I know y'all gonna want to watch the Super Bowl, because that's homework too. See who win that game, see who put all the skin in it. So watch the clips. But I probably will come on Sunday for maybe like 30, 40 minutes, a couple of hours before the Super Bowl, because I want you to watch that game. And then I'll answer any questions you have. If you need any treasures, you can text me, 407-590-8767. Someone asked me about some fabric last week. I'm going to respond to you tonight. And if you still want those mud cloth pieces, I will ship those out to you tomorrow. If there's anything that you're looking for and you don't see it locally, let's do a group chat on that maybe next week. And if you're looking for different things, because hats are selling, white is selling. Excuse me, white is selling. Lots of white is selling. Men are shopping. Kufis, the kufi hats are selling, which is just the top part of this hat, right? If you can make a hat, like they say, if you can make a hat, you can make $1. If you can make a hat, you can make several dollars. You can make hundreds of dollars. Right now, everybody is covering up. Different things are going on. A lot of stuff is in the air. So people are covering up, protecting their head, protecting their lungs. See, I got on a turtleneck tonight. If you do turtlenecks are selling. Little turtlenecks, even if they're like no sleeves. So thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. I look forward to talking to you all more this weekend and seeing how you're doing and making sure that we are true to our skills and we are going to be a blessing to ourselves, our family, and our bank account. That's right, our bank account, and to our loved ones. So let's do it. Keep sending your pictures. Whatever's inspiring you, let me know. Send me something so I can share it with everybody tonight or the next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.